a beautiful charge.
Whoa,
This is
what
fine. Oh my god, it's
Oh!
what a save. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another match from the Ori and the Blind Forest All Skills Tournament. For you tonight, from the Tatsu division, we have got number 22 seed Dileira versus number 43 seed RedR3dRum. My name is Vol'jin. I'm here with my illustrious friend X Epic Cat, capital X. X Epic Cat X, how are you doing?
I am doing this fantastic, capital V Uligin. I got myself a nice warm cup of tea. We're gonna have some chill late night Ori. And yeah, looking forward to this race.
Late night? It's only 7 p.m.
It's 10 here, close enough.
Wow. Well, for
I'm an old
Dileira
dude.
right now, who's from Germany, it's a little bit later than that. But all right, yeah, we've got this matchup coming to you from the lower bracket. I keep saying that of the Tatsu division, and this is an elimination match, and also it's the last match in the round of 48. So we'll be finally wrapping that up. The winner to face the Spark. But you know, right now, what do we have to really expect here? What are we looking for, Bob? I mean, X Epic Cat X. Excuse me.
Well, what we're looking for here is honestly maybe not the closest to races. I'm not too sure. Dileira does have a significantly better time than RedR3dRum. What you're seeing on the screen here is not entirely accurate. He actually very recently got the 31 that he's been searching for. So it might not be the closest to races, but we're still looking for a really good race all around. Some good execution. And yeah, looking forward to it.
And some good hair, for that matter. Both of our runners featuring very, very strong hairstyles and colors, and really everything. But before we get started, I do want to make a note about the format of this race. So what actually happened is Dileira and Red had a match scheduled. Unfortunately, Red had to delay that due to coming down with a fever over the weekend. So they actually played this match independently at separate times. Each of them recorded a race, which we have obtained the recordings of, and those happened in such a way where neither of them was able to know what the result of the other race was. So this will be a rebroadcast of play that has already happened. However, no one except the runners themselves have seen their own races, and a couple of the planners on the tournament staff. But otherwise, we're just going to be talking about this race as though it's happening right now. Don't worry too much of that, but we're ready to go, aren't we, Bob?
Should be.
All right. Let us get set to go here then, and we will get the cue from our truck when the match gets going. All right. So we are off now, Bob, and as always, the most exciting part of the Ori speedrun, I feel, is always the beginning, right?
Yeah, the backflips, of course. Right?
Well, unfortunately, we're getting the backflip skip here, but...
Where's the backflips?
No, it's cool, dude. We got a front flip. That's like...
Okay, that works.
It's the same, basically.
Yeah, it's like... It's close enough. It's like half a backflip. I mean, it's got the flip part.
Okay, I'll allow it. Well, we've got our saves down. We've got our rhino spawned. We're just waiting for a wall to be broken so that we can head on through. Fortunately, no rhino death for either runner, and we'll be picking up the Spirit Flame momentarily.
Yep, and gonna get into that Frankie fight. Do you know what input methods our runners use?
Well, I am seeing a mouse cursor on both sides. I remember that RedR3dRum was definitely one of the first runners back when controller and KBM were considered very similar or equal level. Red was one of the first few to be like, you know what, I really like keyboard and mouse specifically. Not necessarily choosing it due to any particular advantages, but both runners pretty much getting the same fight there. Dileira also on KBM, you see the mouse pointer moving around, so good, good sync going on here so far.
Yeah, and you can see Red is just a hair behind. Sign, being the troll that he is, missed one shot on the Frankie, but of course we all know how insignificant something that small. There's never been a race decided by 1.5 seconds, right?
That's correct. That has definitely never happened last night at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, definitely did not occur. But both runners kind of getting the same kinds of trolls as they're going here. Dileira getting held up on the jump pad, Red like a fraction of a second after him. So pretty much similar pace right now, and they're both coming out of this keystone. Looks like Dileira needed to not take damage here, whereas Red was able to take damage. But that, again, did not seem to make any difference in their time so far.
Yep. And one of the first things that we're going to notice here is on the left side, actually, Dileira does not opt for that 4th health. He prefers to go 3 health and take the extra healths later on. Whereas Red is going to grab that 4th health for some starting safety.
Yeah, and as always, for now, that is an 8-second disadvantage. Over the course of the race, it is theoretically a 3.5-second disadvantage, but could at any time become a 20+ second disadvantage or more due to an untimely death. Hopefully we won't see from Dileira.
Yep. And of course, as the run goes on, getting into places like Sorrow Pass where that a lot of deaths happen there, the 3 versus 4 doesn't matter there. But places like Misty Woods, we're going to be looking to see if anything happens with that.
Yeah, and it's pretty uncommon for runners who take 3 health to start to actually go out of their way to, for example, get the Spider Cove's health cell, which is available. Regardless of what route you do, that's available as an option. I think Red will be seeing the normal 4 HP route that most people kind of do, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see as they go. Coming into wall jump looks like the 10 to 12 second difference, I think, here between the two.
Yep, and I'm going to be interested to see how each of them tackle Black Root as we move along. I'm not sure if they do Slime Genocide or if they do the Cutscene Stack or any crazy things like that, so we'll see how that goes. Right now they're just making their way out of wall jump, over to that first cutscene skip and into the next area. Of course, this area can't be taken too lightly. Deaths here are scary.
Yeah, and incredibly costly, and in the tournament we've seen some rough times. Ooh, the Trojan Log.
Trojan Lie!
Wow, that is incredibly brutal.
That's,
wow.
That's like the worst Trojan Log I've seen in ages. Holy.
Yeah, that thing got swinging, and when it does, it is a bad time. Meanwhile, Red also had this Bramble left behind. She was not quite sure how to deal with that, unfortunately, and took a death on the way to get through those slimes, so that's going to send her back to wall jump. She does remember, I was about to allude to the energy cell that unfortunately a runner missed on a previous race after taking a death, but fortunately Red remembers it, so that at least won't be a problem, as Dileira is heading into BRB already.
Yep. And I gotta say, this is sort of the opposite that you would expect with the 3-4 health difference thing.
Yeah, it's
kind of interesting, yeah.
It's a really weird, specific thing to cause a problem. There we go. Red, remembering the strat there. Looks like she did know it, but just kind of panicked a little bit on the first visit. You just boost off that slime there, and you can go through the bramble without problems.
Yep. Meanwhile, Dileira, without hesitation, making it through Blackwood, getting up to this experience cell, hasn't had any issues so far. It's making very quick work.
Oh no.
Red. Not
that
like
is,
this.
Yeah, that's really rough, and it would have been possible to throw down a safety save along the way there. You have 1 free extra energy, but unfortunately she did not do that, possibly didn't even realize that's an option, and well, here we are back at wall jump.
I had to mention this here being scary. This is all my fault.
Yeah, I'll allow you to be blamed, for sure.
No, wait a sec. The first one was Trojan's fault because of the Trojan log. I'll only take the second one.
We're gonna give you both.
Ugh.
In any case, Dileira is nearing the end of Black Root Burrows, does a little bit of waiting to manipulate that platform to, that is to say, to manipulate the platform in the next room, so that when he enters that room, it'll be descending down for him perfectly, as Red is now making her, unfortunately, 3rd trip through this section of the world, and will hopefully not run into this last bramble wall. This is not the sort of thing that you want to have happen a second time. And yeah, she's good this time.
She's through. We're safe. So, Dileira pulling his lever. Very nice time for that. I'm curious to see if he tries to go for the cutscene stack.
I'm not sure. I never remember who has, you know, decided to adopt specific. Well, okay, there you go.
Okay, now we know. Cutscene stack, of course, slightly more optimal than the simple cutscene skip. And looks kind of weird too.
It's a slightly newer tech. It allows you to kind of combine the effects of multiple cutscenes. They each lock your movement and then unlock your movement at different times. So as you see here, Dileira getting control while the tree animation is going on, and Red dropping into the spikes, but did have a save before the spike pit. But wow, Bob, this is a really rough time for her, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is just a showcase of why people get stuck in Blades forever. It's because Blades and Blackroot are both terrifying monsters that you never want to meet more than once per run.
Meanwhile, Dileira is having a very clean run for himself, so he is basically having no issues so far. I'm definitely not intentionally saying this out loud to try to jinx it so that we can get a closer race here or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is definitely not gonna die in the Death Gauntlet. The definitely doesn't have death in its name or anything, so
That's correct.
yeah, that wouldn't be possible.
I'm getting word from the truck, Bob. Shame on us commentators because we're bad people. I mean, I can't disagree.
I'm reading shame on you, so they're obviously talking to you. No.
Well, Dileira did not yet die in the Death Gauntlet, and Thor's done a save, so he will not die here. So nice job by him, just making sure that he's safe. Red, meanwhile, has gotten successfully through the scary part of Blackroot Burrows. The worst that can happen to her now is falling off a platform or missing a cycle or something. Hopefully not, while Dileira goes for the early Grotto cycle here.
Oh, that was so close. That was a hair off of making it in, also a hair off of dying, so that was spooky in both cases. Red has safely made it up to the lever, getting into the darkness cutscene. Probably not the run that she was hoping for, but good on her for sticking it out so far. And
yeah, it's got to be pretty frustrating to have that stuff happen just right at the beginning of your race. I certainly wouldn't know anything about having those kinds of things occur.
Oh no, of course. Nobody knows anything, really. Alright, so Dileira coming out of his double jump. Got some blind movement here. It looks like he didn't take a swim. Made it pretty far up that wall, so that's awesome. And gonna be moving along, heading ever closer to that verticality section that we all love.
Red, meanwhile, actually stopped to pick up a little more XP from his slime on the way out. Just wanted to be a little bit closer to level up. But unfortunately, she would have been okay for Frankie Walk either way, so not a huge deal. As Dileira going for that grotto skip and pulling it off first try very cleanly. Red, meanwhile, will hope that her Frankie Walk is also first try and very clean. Wow, this Frankie's been kind of rude.
This Frankie's got a sofa because he's really lazy. Just doesn't want to jump anywhere.
I think like lazy chairs, like, you know, like a recliner. Yeah. You might have a recliner.
Okay. I mean, sofas are kind of lazy.
A little bit. But they're not called like lazy chairs.
Oh, on the left side we can see Dileira moving his mouse, and as an expert mouse analyst, he is saying, here's some time I'm giving back to Red. End quote.
Very nice translation. We do get to see Dileira is also a really nice guy. He's pulling that rock off of Gumo, which most of the runners just leave him there abandoned. It's pretty rude, but fortunately he's a nice guy.
We got a little bit of a high five. Dileira going up, Red coming down. We're gonna see if Red can get the early grotto cycle.
Oh, that setup looked very good. It was just a little bit off being able to get it, but it's all right. It is 8 seconds, but I mean, of course, with Red's unfortunate issues earlier on, the 8 seconds doesn't really make that huge of a difference.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of 8 seconds would, but despite how many 8 seconds there are in this game, there aren't that many 8 seconds, I think.
Sometimes, Bob, you actually make sense, but one of those times.
Oh, great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I try really hard. It just doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you got so far, but that's not saying it's not work. The double jump for Red as Dileira is getting to the entrance of the Ginso tree on what appears to be very good pace. This is going to be a mid-12 enter Ginso door here, and that's really solid.
Yep. So going into the Ginso tree, we're going to be looking for some optimal vertical movement. I'm looking for Telehawks. I love Telehawks, so I hope there are Telehawks.
I feel like there's not likely to be telehops.
You also felt like there is not likely to be the cutscene stack. Oh, no, Telehawks, okay. You win this time.
One grotto skip miss for Red, but she pulls it off on the second try, so nicely done by her as Dileira is also pulling off some nice jumping of his own. These sections, really all of this section from double jump all the way to acquiring bash are just all vertical, all jumping, all wall climbing, all pain in the butt.
Oh, and here we see Dileira doing the Mr. Asmus cycle. Getting the puzzle room shot slightly faster. Yes, that is faster. Little optimizations like this that I like seeing.
That is faster.
Yes.
Speaking of optimizations, here is some scroll wheel shooting being put to use on this mini boss, which allows you to get these volleys off incredibly quickly. You can get 2 shots in 3 frames, which is really nice because then you get a nice big cooldown of 0.3 seconds or 0.5 seconds or whatever it is. So Dileira dealing with this boss very effectively, other than getting trolled by one bottom right corner spawn there. Nice job.
Yep. And oh yeah, he's not saving because he got that health drop, which sets him up perfectly for the health for this ghost door coming up.
Yeah, speaking of health, Red ended up at 1 health coming into this area here and had some briefly scary moments, but fortunately was able to drop a save, so there was no problem. And now she's got the level up, so all of her HP is back.
Alright, and Red coming up to this ability cell, Dileira coming up to the tree, picking up Bash, gonna be moving on, up and away.
Up into the clear blue sky, except
It's
in
a
this case, the clear
tree
blue sky.
instead.
A tree, yeah, it's a tree.
And poisoned water, and yeah.
A tree with trees inside it.
Dude, treeception.
Okay, one tree. Still.
Close enough. Yeah, that's 1 layer treeception.
Do we consider the little, like, redirecty log things to be trees?
I've never thought about that.
So they are. Got it. Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll go with
Alright,
that.
key dupe for Dileira is good. Managed to take the clean death there, so not having to redo this or anything. We'll just be making his way up. That is some very awkward, a few awkward moments there for him, but fortunately not going to be too huge of a deal. It's only a few seconds as Red is entering the Ginso tree and navigating these first couple rooms very cleanly.
Yep. And Dileira sets up, gets his hyperspeed onto the mini boss, which again nobody's ever died to.
Definitely. Not any times.
I personally have never died to this while on significant PB pace.
I also have never died to this while on pace for 29.
Yeah. Like,
So that's good.
Yeah. It's
That's
good
really
that
the way to be.
Dileira did it, because he would have been the first ever.
Yeah, in the history of Ori speedrunning, which is a long history. Red is doing this puzzle. I'm just going to distract from that. conversation topic. Red is working on the puzzle redirect thing and then gets into the mini boss, so you'll see a little bit more scroll wheeling from her as Dileira is going to opt to skip the cutscene skip that you could do here. If you did the cutscene skip, there would be no lasers. If you skip the cutscene skip, there are lasers, but you don't have to do the blind movement, and it only costs you about a second, so, you know, avoid the annoyance of that blind movement.
Yeah, I'm actually a fan of skipping that in race settings. Or, sorry, not skipping the cut. Wait. Oh, geez.
Skipping the skip, right?
Yeah, skipping the skip.
Oh, that shot.
Ooh,
facing
that's
through the
troll.
ground. What a video
Sorry.
game.
As I was saying, I'm a fan of skipping the skip, so watching the cutscene, just because that blind movement can destroy your hopes and dreams of getting into Swamp.
Yeah, it's one of those silly things, right? You pick your poison. You either have to do blind movement where you can't see where you're going, but then you get the free and clear from the lasers, or you leave lasers there, and then you have to remember they're there, or you're gonna get ruined. Oh goodness, Dileira! Oof, that's a rough death. Fortunately, it's not rough time-wise. It's just it's very rough to have that combination of circumstances occur.
It's demoralizing you, rough. There are some deaths that hurt your timer, and there are some deaths that hurt your heart. And dying in this section before Stomp is painful.
Really, all the deaths hurt your heart because Ori is a soul-crushing,
Well, I mean,
heart-rending game.
the key dude death doesn't hurt.
No, it hurts.
No.
Especially when you get it but don't put the keys in. That really hurts.
This is true. Alright, so,
Red.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you.
No, I insist. I'm Canadian, you go ahead.
Oh, okay, that's true. Alright, well, Red got the key dupe, so that was good. Unfortunately, took a death heading up again for the next one. Was about to take another one, but did manage to escape. Fortunately, she rekindled her save after collecting the keys, so she's good to go. And meanwhile, Dileira bravely dodging that laser bomb.
Spooky. Oh! Dodges the laser, but doesn't dodge the spikes, but the save is there to get his back. And
Yeah,
he
those
dodges the kill cutscene as well.
Yeah, those spikes come out of nowhere, dude. They really like jump out at you.
Yeah, it's like a jump scare every time, you know? Going along and spikes!
Now that I'm just thinking about this game as like an I want to be fan game, basically.
Yeah.
Very nice exit from the 5th energy cell by Dileira as Red is heading for her swamp entry. Unfortunately, a very substantial amount behind, but you know, hopefully we can just have a solid performance the rest of the way and take some confidence from this this race afterwards.
Yep. So Dileira's coming into Charge Flame now. Got the Frankie to follow him. This Frankie doesn't have a chair. This Frankie's a friend. And he's going to be setting up his save anywhere to skip the... I call it the Great Tree cutscene, but I don't know if there's a technical name for it.
Spirit Tree, I think, is the thing it actually is. So yeah, the Spirit Tree cutscene.
I mean, Spirit's pretty great, so...
The Great Deku Tree cutscene?
Yeah, that one.
I mean, it pretty much does tell you about 3, things that you have to go acquire in the world.
Dude, this is way too many connections for me. Can't
Ooh,
handle
Red
this.
having a rough shot from... Oh boy, having a second rough shot. Just needs to get a good one in here and not get killed by it. Everything's so
Okay, everything is awesome.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
Everything is cool when you're into Swamp.
Deep breaths. Alright, so Red's gonna make it up to Stomp, regular in. Dileira coming up to fast Stompless. I'm predicting an easy first try with no problems. What do you think?
But he has Stomp. How can
Yeah,
it be
but
Stompless?
he doesn't need to use it. So there's less Stomp than there would be, hence Stomp less.
Oh.
Yeah.
You are wise beyond your years. That shot looks pretty good. I like that angle. I don't as much like that, but he does get the spider shot, and he's up to the cell and no problem. Easy trick, right?
First try, easy every time. This game isn't hard at all.
Well, Hmm.
Okay, maybe a little bit.
It's pretty hard.
Blades is hard.
I'm just reminded of the joke where someone's like, "Oh, you know, like as a fake compliment, like, oh, you make this game look hard." That's all I can think about right now. But no, these runners are making the game look easy in each in their own way. Unfortunately, unfortunately for Red, Dileira making it look easier and faster because of what a beast he is and the lovely hair that he has, and currently he's winning the hair battle.
I have not seen this hair, so I'm going to be looking forward to seeing the hair battle winning.
I have not seen a big angry bird. I don't know if there's supposed to be one there, but I haven't seen one from either side.
No, it's a myth. It got patched out of the game recently.
Also saw some very nice Sorrow Bash from
Yeah,
Dileira.
that was... Oh!
Oh, well.
There goes backup frog.
Oh, baby, the backup. Yes,
Wait.
let's go, dude.
Have we seen this backup frog yet in the tournament?
I don't know that we've seen this in the entire
Does that mean we can give him a name now?
Ooh, Red taking a death, unfortunately. And yes, that's the Dileira frog. Sounds good.
Okay, the Dileira frog.
But yeah, Red unfortunately stomping into the insta-kill spikes down here, but she does get on their second time, so she is out of the 5th energy and on her way to charge Flame as Dileira is on his way to charge Jump.
I've got a question for you. So at the top there, Dileira placed a save and then immediately dashed into spikes. Is that to set the laser cycle when he comes back?
It's probably to reset his save cooldown, actually. I think it takes 10 seconds to get through the spikes, so he probably didn't need to. I'm not 100% sure, so that might be why he did it.
That would make more sense. I've seen that a couple of times and haven't actually figured that out yet, so that's good to know.
Alright. Red, having picked up Charge Flame, is leaving the Charge Flame tree and performing her great Deku Tree cutscene skip,
Yep.
while Dileira has performed the Terror Break and is ascending to the Sunstone.
I liked the double save anywhere at the same time in different places. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, a little bit less nerve-wracking than the double save anywhere at the same place at the same time.
Yes,
but
especially when you watch your opponent. That's spooky. Alright. Fingers crossed Dileira actually picks up Sunstone.
Why do you say things like that?
Because I've had bad problems with that in the past, and I don't want anyone else to have them.
Yeah, it's the worst feel if you if you save too early on that cutscene skip, and then you head to Mount Horu. Eventually, you go up to the door, and it's like, okay, I'm pressing the button. Why is the Sunstone not going in the door? And it runs over. It's over.
All right, so Red coming up to Fast Stompless. Oh, the spider takes a hit. He's gonna be stunned for a bit. Problems. Shot looks good. Spider is shooting like a bro. Yes, dude! Nice first try.
Alright, Covert Muffin Shell. X Covert Epic Cat X. Muffin. Wahaha.
Wahaha.
Anyway, Dileira is making really great work of Misty. His movement has just been incredible for the last many minutes of this race. He's just playing really well.
Last 25 minutes?
Yeah, pretty much. 25 minutes and change. Yeah, I mean, you know, Dileira did have the PB advantage coming in here, but also is just, oh, God.
The safety save.
But yeah, he's also just showing, like, he came to play in this race, and he's really just, you know, absolutely running away with it right now. Even if Red were playing, like, better than her PB pace right now, Dileira would be crushing it still.
Yep, and on the right side, we're getting some more Sorrow Bash action for Red. Oh, the bird was low. Bird not being a bro today.
Oh, gosh. Well, hey, there's that 3 HP we referenced earlier, Bob.
Yeah. Well, that's twice, I think, now.
Yeah, Misty's fun, and all these spikes are, as we mentioned, 3 damage, and Dileira has 3 health. I'm sure he'll take several, maybe even dozens more deaths here along the way. Certainly has no chance of safely making it through all of Misty.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that huge mistake of only taking 3 health.
Of course. It always ends up costing you, like...
Oh, Red! Oh my god, that's...
Oh,
that's awful, dude. Wow.
I'm hurting inside.
Wow.
Make the hurting stop, legit.
Okay, well, any moment now, Dileira will definitely take a death in here with... What was that rocket jump? That went so high! Holy crap! Dileira with the beautiful movement here takes some damage to the Frankie, but that is not killer damage, and a beautiful bang zoom quick kill on the mini boss. So he is done with Misty Woods, just needs to make his way out without accidentally sniffing some spikes.
Yeah. It's fine though, the spikes from here on out smell pretty bad, so he doesn't want to sniff them anyways.
I mean, the one good thing about the spikes is that they're high in your recommended daily allowance of iron.
Yes.
You know, Ori needs nutrition something.
Math, chemistry, science? Science. Yeah. Alright, so teleporting back to go through Blackroot Burrows once again, this time with significantly less scary darkness and significantly more fast charge dash movement things. Red comes up to the Terror Break. He's going to be picking up Sunstone. And yeah.
Just waiting on the laser cycle there, and she does get past it now and will continue up to the Sunstone while Dileira beats out the laser cycle. Will be approaching the cutscene trigger for the good old fashioned father cutscene, which we don't really care to watch, and will make his way in to the last skill tree for Light Grenade.
I'd care to watch it.
Well, you're not playing.
The old-fashioned father doesn't get enough love, man.
Maybe that's why he's so old-fashioned.
Everybody just skips over him, you know? He has feelings.
Does he? I think he's
Probably.
dead, man. Like, I don't think he's alive anymore, so I don't know about feelings. In any case, spoilers. Also, some very nice grenade jumps for Dileira. Red descending down to Misty. Very nice rocket jumps there. Oh, look at Dileira's movement, dude.
I can never get that rocket jump. That's so sick. Of course, he's going to be picking up both of the health cells here. Having to pick up both of them is the price to pay for the early 3 health, but of course, it's less price time-wise than getting that early 4 health. Words?
Yeah. It's just a few seconds faster to skip the early health and take these 2 here. Assuming you're going for 5 health. If you're going for 6, then it's kind of a wash and you're just losing 8 seconds no matter what. But like the amount of time save obviously is just, for most runners, it's just massively outweighed by the safety for the entirety of the game basically.
Yeah, the time save is directly proportional to how many times you die because of the 3 health. You know, a couple of really small deaths from the 3 health and there's just no time save for it. Which I mean, Dileira showing that he's kind of a psychopath, going for the 3 health anyways.
Did Red have like a... Never mind. I'm gonna watch a replay later, but never mind. It's fine. No, there were definitely not 3 frogs there when there should have been 2. It's good.
Door warp, first try, easy every time. 1 frame trick. Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say something clever about that, but really, no, it's just
It's
a
just
hard
a
trick. It's really finicky, and Dileira was able to get first try, which is always really impressive. Red bonking on a rocket jump here, rocket jump here, but she'll be making her way through the second half of Misty as Dileira's going to do the final escape now.
And of course, Dileira can't take any damage. A single hit results in a failed escape. So, of course, they don't have the benefit of being able to watch each other, as this race has already happened. So he's not going to be, you know, thinking, oh, I can take this slower, play safer, or whatever. He's gonna be all out. Looks like a good clean swim. Makes it out, time to spare. And gonna be setting up for a grenade jump at the end here.
Yep, just needs to get his good position and his aim and press 2 inputs on consecutive frames and win the race. GG to Dileira. What a performance by him, really.
That was crazy time.
Meanwhile for Red, traversing the second half of Misty here, having...
Yes, having...
Yeah.
Having the true Misty experience, as we like to call it.
Yeah. That's for sure. Oh god, and the dropping slime too, dude. Everything is just being super rude to Red right now.
And that's time for Dileira. That is a crazy GG, 32-25.
Yeah, that is very impressive, and not like, although he's gotten the 31, that is not that far from that PBs. That is incredibly impressive.
Yeah. It's one thing to be able to grind out a bunch of runs and get an awesome fast time like a 31, and another to be able to consistently get relatively low times like low 32s in races.
Red having some very interesting moments with that Frankie just a minute ago, but manages to survive. Will drop a safety save. We'll see how the mini boss goes for her.
It went? I don't know how it went, but it did.
That was something. I mean, it worked. It's not alive anymore.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I love how we can be like this far into running the game and this far into tournaments and still see new things every time.
Yeah, dude, there's so many ways to deal with that mini boss. It's incredible. Red proposed that it could be considered a reverse bang zoom, where the intent of the... So let's talk about that mini boss really quick. The idea of the quick kills on that mini boss is you use charge jump damage to go into the hitbox of the thing while it's still in the ground, and then you charge dash the second one, and the charge dash actually reflects its projectile, in addition to dealing the damage to it, in addition to carrying the charge jump effect into it. So all those things together deal a crap load of total damage. Red got some weird variant of that, but that's the idea of the quick kills that we generally try to do.
Yep, and I'm seeing some suggestions of calling it zoom bang. But if we're going for a true reverse bang zoom, it would be moose nab. So yeah.
I think the inflection on the words would be different too. It wouldn't be,
yeah,
it would
probably.
be like moose nab. It would be like moose nab. There you go. All right.
I'll take your word for it. Alright, light grenade acquired.
Yeah, this is a skill.
Yeah.
You have to have it because it's a skill, and then Red has it now.
Yep. Has all of the skills, so I mean, the run's over, right? You collect all the skills and that's it?
Well, it's not over until she does not go out of bounds or perform the teleport anywhere glitch. Oh, this is the Frankie.
The Frankie is so rude. I'm telling you, dude, the spike's coming out of nowhere.
Oh, the slime too died in the charge jump, so she couldn't bash off it.
It's... I don't even know, man. I'm out of words for this.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright. Teleporting. Not using teleport anywhere, because that would be against the rules. So just a regular teleport.
Yeah, this is teleport somewhere.
Yeah. Specific teleport locations.
That is a joke, by the way. There's actually a glitch called teleport anywhere. We don't want to spread misinformation, Bob. We just want to,
Yes.
you know, have a good time, joke a little bit,
Yeah.
but not an inappropriate amount.
Of course. Oh. Skipping the 6 health. Or, oh wait, no. You picked up the health earlier. This is 6 health already. Haha.
Haha.
I have good memory.
I literally forget that every single time. Even though a whole bunch of runners take that energy, or sorry, that health in the spider area, I 100% of the time forget.
Alright, now it's time for some door warp attempts. Again, 1 frame input after reloading the game. Not generally people's friend. Not Red's
Not Red's
friend.
today.
I mean, nothing's really been Red's friend in this run. The Frankies are dying, the Slimes are dying, the door isn't warping.
Well, at least one Frankie did try to very much become Red's friend, but she did manage to survive it.
Yes. There's
There's a door warp.
N+1 try. And we're getting the word that N was 4, so that's 5th try.
Yep, she definitely got it on the try.
Yeah. Which
Alright,
is
final escape, Bob. This is the final escape. There's no escapes left after this one.
okay. Wait, so this is like the last one ever?
Yeah, of the game ever. There's no more ever
Wow.
in anybody's life.
So, what are we doing for the rest of the tournament then?
What tournament?
Right.
I don't know what's happening, dude, anymore. There's something bad going on in our brains today.
So far so good. Of course, doesn't have to be afraid of this one because it can take that extra hit. No problemo. The extra health coming in, paying off there. Gonna be climbing up here. Hopefully the rocks aren't rude, which they aren't. And grenade jump. Not first try.
That was actually a little terrifying. The bash into the wall sometimes sits you in a bad position, but the second time is good. So we are okay. And Red will finish up with a low 39. Almost certainly not the time she was looking for. Of course, to compete with Dileira tonight, she would have had to play incredibly well. Well beyond her previous, previous demonstrated capabilities. But certainly, after some of the crap that happened to her, being able to put on, still at least a respectable time.
Yeah. And especially after those early segments, those are the sort of things where you go through, you take one death on wall jump, you might be able to shake it off. You take a second one, and then that's when the tilt starts to kick in, and the salt starts to kick in, and everything starts to kick in. And so, very good on Red for toughing through it, keeping her head on straight, coming out with an awesome 39-10.
0.98 according to her timer, which is 1 frame shy of the 3911. So there you go, the sub 3911. GG to Red, GG to Dileira. Of course, this race did, Bob, occur half of it occurred several days ago, half of it occurred this morning, but actually, we have Dileira, who is a crazy German, awake and ready to join us here in the call to talk about the race. So Dileira, welcome in, and tell us your thoughts about your run, and now, of course, having seen Red's race, how the race went.
Hey guys. Well, I have to say I was very happy about my run, like the first time in the tournament actually. And yeah, some very unfortunate stuff happening to Red, like in the early game. I think it's pretty much hard to recover from that because your mind will blow if you have to take that. So sorry, Red.
Yeah, I gotta echo that. Like, when those things happen in the early game, it's so hard to mentally recover enough to even play the game again, let alone pull that off. But Dileira, we saw incredibly consistent performance for you the entire race through. Obviously, the question, kind of not to be negative, but were there any parts where you felt, you wish you'd done a little better, or you had a part that you just thought you didn't quite live up to your expectations?
To be honest, I was a bit mad at myself that I missed the second cutscene skip in after Rockfall, but it wasn't that bad. And even though I had problems with the frog in several paths, I was happy that I remember where the next best frog is and just juggle him up to still get the break. So they were the main things that I would like not to do again.
Yep. And one more thing I want to ask. So you are going to be playing against Spyric next, the Battle of Germany. Is there anything that you're going to be preparing for in particular for that run? Anything you think you're going to practice or look at to try and improve?
I guess I will actually do the same things I do all the time before races, like just do a few no resets, do a few ILs, and yeah, I hope I will have a good run today as well.
Yep, I'm hoping that as well.
Did you just say today?
Yeah, it's today for me because it's like
Oh my
it's 4:45 for me right now, and I got up early to watch this, so yeah, it's today.
Okay, just to be clear, your race versus Spark is scheduled for 16 hours and 15 minutes from now. Are
Exactly.
you seriously going to be awake that entire time?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe I will take like a quick nap or something.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
You heard it here, folks. Power naps are all you need to win races.
Well, you might not be wrong about that. Power
Let's
naps
see.
are really good. All right. Well, Dileira, thank you for joining us. Congrats on your victory tonight. Technically tonight, sort of tonight. You know what I mean. Congrats on winning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's it for us tonight. That's all we had to show for you. But we are getting back into the tournament action tomorrow afternoon. Bob, what do we have?
We have Terra versus Brynhold at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then following that, as we said earlier, Dileira versus Spyric. And then following that, we've got Sarah Baron versus Sikinar and Stymon versus Cheese Lover.
Yeah, all of these matches are going to be really good. We pretty much only have close matches remaining in the tournament at this point, so you're going to see a lot of good stuff. Make sure to tune in. Of course, you can find out more about the schedule by typing !Ori into the chat if you want to find that. And we will see you guys tomorrow on the Speed Gaming channels. But Bob, pleasure commentating with you, man.
You as well. Thank you for putting up with my crappy jokes.
Likewise. And of course, on behalf of X Epic Cat, capital X, and myself, and our truck, Nans and Poogle, and our restreamer Richard, and our races, Dileira and RedR3dRrum, thank you all for watching. Have a good night.
Damage as they head through. So, ooh, nice job. And wow, Yoko. Oh,
No,
my goodness.
oh no,
nice,
Yoko. Oh my goodness. Please be careful.
He hasn't taken any like really bad deaths as a result, but
Oh no.
no! Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Yeah, true shade. So we're gonna see what Didu decides to do. Nice safety save there, and wow, the value from the safety save.
The trick itself requires precisely positioning a frog and managing your XP, but because that can happen, because that froggy has a chair and it can stomp it right on your tiny little head.
Oh god, Milton, get out of there!
Holy crap, the recovery from that.
Like, it's deceptive. Ooh, deceptively difficult. Rufus,
Holy
so close.
crap, Rufus.
Oh.
Oh god.
Fix it.
And what is happening now?
I don't know.
Oh,
Monkey's shot going through.
Oh, jeez, missed the double bash though. He's gotta go back up. Monkley's shots are phasing through. I hope he does not get that on the upper one. Jesus, broken his swamp.
Monkley getting hit by the shot.
Metal that Terra did. Oh, missing that, but he's got the backup. That's okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
Terra. Oh my gosh. Okay, try again. Just this time you can get to the platform.
what you've seen from runners like Lucidus, Uncle Ronnie, and Eviona so far in the tournament. And oh, wow!
Man.
I do not know how he survived.
Both runners getting that 5th.
Oh, Randomson had a really... Wow, what a nice backup, though. Randomson had trouble with the first spider shot, but now it's basically tied.
Go stomp the rocks. And oh.
Fluffy, what
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh,
you really just keep moving and skip that cutscene?
Oh, God! Hori's in the air! Hello!
Oh, no. Oh, Frankie. Frankie, please go away. Oh, that is so painful.
Oh, this is a party. Luckily, he does have a sickness.
Yeah, mini boss is not quite going according to plan. Melvin's gonna go with the stomp spam. Keep that frog away. Get out of here. Don't hit me with your chair. He says he gets through it okay, and we'll be just finishing up Misty.
The section is really difficult with the 5 health. Alright, he gets the bash off of the fish. So yeah, he gets through, but upcoming here is...
He's on Kuro!
Oh, he died! Death! Richard is in the lead. No, they're tied. Richard just died as well.
What?
This is literally synced in the final escape, guys. Unbelievable.
They both stopped the thing together. Okay.
Each one of those grenades costs 1. He's got 1 left. That's enough for 2 grenade jump attempts. If he keeps missing in that particular way, he's got 1 chance left.
1 more.
And he gets it! The
first try, and well, not first try, but you know what? First try.
We'll call it first try.